the transition is sort of anything even slightly harsh, right? Because movement and everything, we can't really predict how the impact of the grenades and whatnot is going to be as well. Some IGLs are going to be completely thrown off base. Some IGLs will be able to adjust very quickly. We have to keep in mind the players like Advent and Kaze and everyone have been playing since 1.6 and whatnot, right? So they've gone through adjustment after adjustment. But regardless, let's not talk about the future when we have to talk about the now. Lynn Vision will be starting off on the CT side. Westmelon with a flashbang, 2 dualies. They love this.
Mercury just bounding out, and Zacher will only succeed in his 1 kill onto that bouncing player. Westmelon gets there a little bit late, and so ramp has been taken over here by 5yclone on their T-side start. Dooley's recovered and will be put to good use, but Amelia's taken space. Oh god, they don't clear it. They have no idea. Amelia 2 kills, and now a concerted effort, but Amelia with 3 on the dualies. Kaze, last man standing. They took control of ramp, but they weren't quite satisfied with that. Bouncing back to lobby was a big mistake.
Well, good to see Emilia's on the server, and in a big way. He's obviously one of the players who I wouldn't say is as consistent as some of the other younger talent that we have seen coming to the fray, but he has got one of the highest ceilings that there is for sure. Not a very low floor, I'll give him that. He's always, you know, decent, but you always want him to pull out that full pop-off.
Yeah, I'd describe him as growing.
Yes, absolutely. What a better team to grow with than Lynn as well. Kaze, not prepared, is Starry. There will still be... Oh no! Westmelon looked like he was trying to adjust right back over to the vents, and he's caught out mid-transition. G now on the rotate. 1-on-1, Kaze's already got 3 kills. You thought Emilia's triple was good. Kaze is going for the quadra. He's already won out a big 1v1 versus G on Inferno as well. That was with the AWP, however. G swapping out weapons, just hoping that he wouldn't have to reload. This one only had 10 bullets in it as well, but still pursuing forward. And Kaze, his patience is rewarded. How does he get away with that?
Oh, man. He has one-upped Emilia. 3 kills from Amelia on Lynn Vision, but Kaze with 4. And he had to do all that hard work himself, found the perfect gap, ascended to heaven, and then just headshots on headshots. The man would not be denied. If there was any doubt in your mind about the conversations we've been having, the narrative we've been spinning on Kaze just being a different beast in today's games, that's more evidence to suggest we might be onto something. You talk about heartbreak. That's a round in which Lynn thought they'd already done enough.
They've completely muted on 5yclone. One player making some steps, but beyond that, no noise at all. They're hoping that the CTs will get aggressive, but this is a double-edged sword. Can very easily be pushed back onto your own bodies. If you're waiting too long and this ends up being a stack or even is a good rotation timing, then you're heading into a very difficult spot. Emilia, however, reveals his position and intentions of Westmelon might also make it clearer. First kill found and the bomb spotted with it. Emilia is rotating away, but the bomb has gone down. Not before Emilia can find a kill, looking for more. Will collect. Emilia has brought this back to a 4-on-2, and they've yet to locate Starry either. There's a man who's been left behind to safeguard the vents. That is Mercury. But if Starry wants to assist his teammates in descending down, this could be big. He's not going to reveal himself yet. Now that he does, Advent's taken a good amount of damage. Mercury looking for a frag, but he's been hurt. Zacher catches him out completely. And Lynn Vision continues the trend.
Yeah, how has this happened now 3 times? Winning pistol rounds and then struggling to close in the follow-up. This was not what was really drawn up on the cards. 5yclone tried to play patient, slow, just in case Lynn threw a weird play out. But even then, Westmelon caught off that player in door in JamYoung. And just a total scramble. They never knew that Starry had already cheated down towards the lower side. That's why they felt safe to let Advent go to that plant, but dialing in those digits. He was, what, brought down to 30 HP. Just got worse and worse as time went on. He does have his hands on an AWP in the round that's against this scramble together buy of CycLone. They're ready to jump into ramp. Zacher not sticking around to find out just how many. And G will be forced off the angle as well, courtesy of flashbang. So once again, CycLone do attain ramp control. Last time they had this, they fell back to lobby, and it ended up being a pretty costly mistake.
This is a slightly awkward repositioning from Zacher. He is trying to remain very much on his tippy toes, but just needs to make sure he's not caught off on them. Meanwhile, G as well is getting antsy. All of the CTs, how much information they have given up, how much positioning they've given up, they really are getting the slightly desperate. Zacher's been completely isolated, brought down. G will not be relevant to this round. westmelon trying to activate before G can maybe even be called on. Spots out an elbow, but JamYoung's got the AK. Still 3-on-3. Starry's found one through the smoke, and a flashbang through will at least threaten a push from Emilia that they will have to respect. Mosea, late on the descent, will still not be able to find G, who's rotated in from elsewhere. This is a full 3-on-3. The bomb not planted yet, but that is a big frag. G does manage to get involved, and Starry's still alive. Finds a frag. JamYoung had every advantage there, but can't do anything with it. Mosea as well to meet his demise in a round that does make Lynn Vision sweat. Will still end up with a W for them on the board.
Yeah, JamYoung, I'm surprised he didn't get that kill into Starry. He barely did any damage. I think he hit him like 6 or 7 times, but to the edge of the wall, just saw a glimpse of Starry tucked into that corner and thought he had him dead to rights. That's a really surprising way for that round to have turned around. If Starry dies there, they get a little bit more leverage in that attempt towards the lower side, because it's very unlikely that G would swing very aggressively on that AWP. It's down to pistols now here on the CycLone side. And they're heavily clustered up for what looks like it's just going to be a pounce onto this A-bomb site. westmelon had a smoke out, but Emilia is sweeping them away. westmelon draws his gun and draws blood. Bomb making its way down towards those vents and not interested in chasing too frivolously. Kaze trying to punch in those digits. Nade will actually deny. It will help and soften him up for an Emilia third kill. 3-1. Lynn don't suffer any casualties dealing with those pistols.
Good to see them being able to build up that money. That's something that they did have in Inferno as well. A big old cushion, but obviously not in a place where they can be sort of sitting back and counting stacks. Not yet, at least.
You don't want to get too comfortable.
Why do teams, I don't know if you know this or not, but why do teams mollo that so early?
The idea, I think, would be to disrupt the wall of smokes, but I don't actually think he threw the molly early enough to do anything. No, it's actually just a little too deep. Yeah.
No, that Molotov is specifically lined up for the sort of entrance of secret.
That part I don't know.
Well, westmelon needs to put up a defense. They're not going down under. He does get the first kill. Mosea, however, still responding. westmelon's generally very good at dancing the tango of Hut, but this round only gives him the 1 kill. Starry, a 1-on-3. Although he's found the first kill. Pushing through the smoke was never going to work out.
Yeah, Mosea had that locked in. Yeah, a little curious. Ended up hitting that upper site and just collapsing in through door. Like you said, westmelon, after he gets that first kill, because his teammate was actually having a pretty drawn-out fight from the site, I thought he would peek almost the sort of vent side of the top side of Hut. Could have caught those players out, but kind of let them kill his team. He kind of let them kill his teammate and then focus on him. So just wasn't sure about the numbers. Not sure which peak to go in for. This deep wall of smokes. Mercury actually has enough space where he might be able to insert himself into garage. It's a bit of a dangerous journey. And he won't attempt it. Instead, just inserting himself into secret. Kaze blocking off Starry, repositioning backside garage. And now we find ourselves at a man advantage here for CycLone. And they don't seem that worried about the fact that there could be a player in at lower.
Oh, they might be right about their lack of concern. Response is going to be similar regardless. Emilia, however, is going to need to come a big westmelon as well. Assists him, Mosea, who had slipped by. Not really needing to reveal himself yet, will still end up falling up where he gets just the one. westmelon was more than happy to swing out wide. And that's why they weren't worried about the player down under.
I'll consider it now. Into the main he went, and G with the AWP has Mercury dead to rights. What a call. A crunch in towards lobby just as CycLone were setting up, even though the first player hit the deck so quick. The fact that westmelon and Emilia were there to follow up. Just flawless.
I actually think that Mosea's position is what made that entirely possible for CycLone, because they weren't considering there to be a player inside hut at all.
Not even sure why Mosea gave up his spot, to be honest.
Might have been. It's more concerned about falling while his team is starting to commit in. He wanted to be remaining behind on the lurk, but in that split second is all that sort of differentiates that from him being able to spot out Emilia, maybe even get the kill on him, and losing the round.
Well, they certainly fumbled the bag. That man advantage was squandered in the round just gone by. Mercury creeping out through door, past all of these smokes. No one spotted anything, but finally westmelon gets an indication. Quickly traded. Emilia flashed up, and JamYoung gets the double, but Zacher in from heaven. This man can find multi-kills on rotates. Smoke connecting as well onto Advent. So Starry just trying to capitalize, find some more damage. Bomb dropped out in the open now. And Kaze just another dead man walking. Really solid stuff there from Zacher. Got there just in the nick of time. As soon as Emilia fell on the bomb site, they had to worry about the high ground, and Zacher certainly had it.
This is incredible. Zacher's performances on Nuke and Overpass are so similar just because he's playing Rotator in both of them, but he seems to be in position to just capitalize on a multi-kill and his teammates' deaths very often. I was actually saving this point for Overpass, that this might be something that CycLone try and target on Overpass should we get to it. That Zacher is generally playing backwards with median, first trying to be rotating and not exactly baiting his teammates, but you know, he's fine if they die. He puts up the multis consistently. This is no different. Foster play this time over to the upper bomb site, but it is met by some, well, more than some resistance.
Not quite sure what happened outside. There was a player that attempted to wrap through main, and G killed him with a USP. And he's got an AWP.
Style points.
So
look it up, Michael.
he must have missed the AWP shot and then just quick switched and popped him.
There's nothing more bougie than having a Gucci bag, but then putting your money in a wallet in your pocket.
Hey, you don't want to crease the bag, you know?
Yeah. G doesn't want to grease the op. Nothing really to be found over here. Oh, nice, actually. Jumping clock shot with the burst off.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that a burst kill?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Adds to the jumping accuracy. By a lot, actually. It's very accurate when you're jumping with the burst on.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, this was actually a thing that if you jump up, so if you have the burst on and while you're jumping up, you turn burst off, you're like almost 100% accurate.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I've jumped and bursted before, and my bullets went into the sky.
Your aim's just bad.
Man.
I'm sorry, Michael. Someone needs to break it to you. I don't want you to running off trying to be
Whoa,
pro
whoa,
because
whoa,
JamYoung's
whoa,
already
whoa.
doing it on the upper bomb side. 3 quick entries that they've got complete command. Kaze's got some beautiful flashes, but G's got a flash in the pan right here. Zacher given some space to rotate through. They are expecting it, but they're very worried about what could be coming their way. A nade will give him some space, but JamYoung's all the way far off into the horizon.
Yeah, what a change of pace. I mean, so quick. Did they just phase clan? I'm pretty sure they just phase clanned.
create a skins gambling site?
No. You know that twist play where he
Right,
jumps
the other face
onto
stuff.
Min-
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Come on, buddy. You see the head? Oh, okay, G. Panic stations in the nation. JamYoung is, well, assisting in the creation of some frags.
Content with that. That worked out perfectly. I mean, even when they got a player out to the red container, just suddenly this flurry of kills coming from CycLone just bursting into that A bomb site, and it was JamYoung that was able to find that entry, I think, through main, but as soon as he finds that kill, attention's drawn to Mini, rather, and yeah, the rest of the A side defense just falls like flies. Now, it was a pretty expensive round, considering the amount of deaths they sustained to G's AWP. But rounds nonetheless. They don't want to end up in a similar situation like they had on Inferno, if they can prevent it.
Advent's still torn about whether he goes for Galil or an AK. Galil it is. Advent knows. He knows.
Yeah, living life slightly more luxurious than Lynn Vision, because their choices were about which pistols to draw.
Early frag, rather. God. Early tag damage. That took a while to get out of me.
Hmm.
Wow. He's been a monster on some of these op shots, and Emilia's completely unexpected. They don't think there's going to be another player coming in. Zacher, however, has very often been the rotate, not the primary ramp man every time. Will they realize that? Geez, still buying a bit more space. If they lose one more in lobby, this is going to get real dangerous. westmelon's got a life that's a lot more expendable as well.
Oh my
And Emilia's gone for the full push and wrap around in from behind them. He's even managing to accelerate a fair bit. Will they be hearing him? I don't think so. Oh, now Kaze has spotted him out, but he's now trapped instead. He can't really move anywhere. They need to go forward with the rest of the pack, as Kaze is going to be disabled largely. G, maybe caught off guard by how close it managed to get. Was really needing to find some frags there, but unfortunately for him, it just will not be.
Yeah, a bit of a blunder from Lynn Vision. You know, they clear out towards lobby, they see nothing, but they don't make sure that there's no one hovering around in door. They don't clear topside T roof. They kind of just give up on lobby because there was no contact made. Good kills on the exit here for Amelia, but this round is done. It's just about saving what little they can, and getting their hands on that AWP is certainly nice. Yeah, this round could have been completely in Lynn Vision's favor. They would have had a good indication of what was to come had they got at least the kill onto JamYoung, just sat in at door. That's what happens when you don't full clear it.
Even so, at the very least, they keep the T-side economy from running away with things. A lot of good exit franks, like you mentioned. But yeah, they would have liked a bit more than that, because now you're heading into an eco for yourself as well. CycLone should have 5 on paper if Starry and Amelia don't just pop off. I would quite like to see G be given the off, considering he's been looking like a really damn good hand on it, but I've got no doubts about Amelia's ability to pull it out for a round. Ooh, is Amelia in heaven? Yes. Okay.
Observer's got you covered. Don't have to just squint at the minimap.
Thank Mr. Observer.
Well, they haven't gone for a wall of smokes as of yet, but CycLone are waiting to utilize that perhaps later on into this round. They know that those weapons were saved on over, and so they're hyper-conscious of the idea that they could be going for some kind of opening pick.
It does seem like Lynn Vision are slightly inclined to maybe even saving these weapons again. Just because of how default they're playing with them. All of the points of aggression are coming in from the USBs. But with 40 seconds left, this is where these weapons being in the right position could really, really make a big difference. Starry, however, not looking like he wants to rotate backwards, and neither is Amelia wanting to commit. The A-bomb side's given up. It is just time to throw away some USBs, I guess.
Yeah, Amelia didn't quite know where to go. I don't think Lynn had a good read on what was happening in this round, given CycLone's passivity, and then as well, them not playing within the bomb site on any of these USPs. Just very little information to work off of, so you were right on the money. They were pretty inclined to save these weapons, and, well, even if they wanted to go for the retake, that choice was very quickly stripped from them. See, now, I don't really understand why G, for example, isn't trying to get anything from his spot or events. I mean, maybe he was just hoping that they dropped into him. But after hearing them run away, is that not worth a chase? You know, I guess you give $300 over if they kill you, but
That's
I don't know. It doesn't.
pretty, you know, non-existent in the grand scheme
Pretty
of things.
negligible.
Yeah. Well, he was always going to have his weapon in the next round regardless. Did he not buy an insane? No, he dropped it to a teammate probably. Okay. Emil is having an insane reach by spending only 4,700, so I assume that's drop over to him. Again, aggression out to ramp is the plan. And it does find the first kill. Kaze is down. That is big. Lower bomb side reinforced by Starry. Revealing his position with the smoke down, and it is well placed and well timed. Gives him a lot of room to maneuver.
Sorry, Starry's not gonna have. Yeah, he's not gonna have any reinforcements though on this lower side. Oh god, Molotov spreading.
Hey.
Mercury took so much damage because of that. Well, we'll spot a player trying to encroach in from heaven.
He'll be happy to have run away from it.
This should be a free kill for Starry.
If Mosea wants to move forward, he doesn't see the first point of attack, and Mosea is never free, Michael. I will have you know. 35 seconds on the clock. No one in the lower bomb site. The closest rotation point is G, and he is not close at all. But Cyclone don't know that. They have to be meticulous. Bomb will be planted. And despite the fact that they took a few extra seconds to do it, Lynn Vision are still in place in ramp. They are looking to contest. They don't have much to contest with. Considering position, they're all going to be coming in through the same angle. And Cyclone are very ready for this advent as well, just going for the jiggle spot as well as G having nothing to shoot at, no one to be peeking into him. Smoke back, and westmelon has already been tagged. G ended up killing his own teammate, Mosea. We'll find Amelia in the meanwhile, and G is going back to the raging sounds of westmelon telling him off in his ear. Does at least find a kill to keep his op alive, but that is dire.
I think Lynn Vision need a timeout. Right now, they're having such a poor time sort of forecasting how these rounds are going to play out. Yeah, even Starry throwing his util set over on the lower side of the map. What, he threw his smoke, he threw his Molotov, and then he went up the vent back to A? He was the only guy that was in charge of preventing them from getting into the lower site. He would receive no support. Nobody was going to move a muscle out from ramp. So it does beg the question why he felt like he had to give up that territory. Because they had just had no indication. They didn't realize it was going to be a B-side hit until they just heard all these steps and the doors open, all the nades come out. And Cyclone were, I think, a little gobsmacked at just how free that lower site was, because they met resistance. There's a Cyclone timeout coming into this round. So maybe it's given Lynn Vision some time to discuss, courtesy of their opposition, but you know, this could end up being a very convincing T-side performance from Cyclone. You know, win here, again, it'll be money broken for the following round. We could end up in a 9-6 half.
Despite all the saving and everything going on, yeah. Well, you gotta win here first, and Emilio is having a word with them about that. Gotta love his sliding angles. Oh, the nade as well, right at the face of Advent. Oh, not right at the face, actually goes a little bit further off. Flashbang from Kaze, catching Advent off, and Emilio's not done. The Mag 7 is getting 3. Money's already guaranteed, and he is looking to just fade away. He knows his time is over. And he's done more than enough. JamYoung spotted out as well. Starry will find the kill, and you know what? What's better to buffer up your money than a flawless round, Michael?
I suppose. Nade onto Mose as well. So, a headshot will do him in, and Starry will oblige. I don't know what you want me to say about that. Emilio is not expected to get away with it. He's not supposed to get 3 kills there, but he damn well did, and Lynn will be happy with that. There's actually kind of flip-flops, this economy conversation I was just having, where, you know, Cyclone were actually very poised to take an advantage moving into that second half, but now it could even just spin the other way. Could be a 9-6 for Lynn Vision. They'd actually have a better show of it. Starry even full spamming Mercury through that smoke. They've done so much damage on this attempt to cross. And it's only compounded. It's only made worse.
Right. Yes, you said this might lead to a 9-6. Yeah, I'm ready. Oh my god, JamYoung trying to run away from the flash, but he just walks into westmelon's crosshair, immediately gets domed.
Mose is your one healthy man, so he has to be the one that bails them out of this situation, surely.
Okay,
What?
that's we're gonna forget about that. That never happened.
I'm just more surprised that he bolted back in the middle of the open. If you're gonna get traded, that's exactly how that can happen. Mose did find his 1 kill as well, so this does add a bit of uncertainty to this round. They do have a double ramp set up, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough time. Zachar is gonna get this one for free, even if they try and cross through the smoke. Molotov out, and yeah, Kaze is gone. Mosea out in the open, not traded out as Starry was fully blinded, so they will have a chance to get the bomb plant in, and with that actually guarantee a plant, a buy in the next round. If Emilia can deny this, that makes it much more effective. Actually wouldn't have had a buy in the next round. Of course, I forgot about the loss bonus being this low, and this devastates them.
The plant would have obviously benefited them, right? Having that extra money, it would have given them a lot more to work off of here. You know, they squeak out a couple of rifles, but no, it's only the one Galil in Advent's hands. Oh, actually no, Mosea will join him. Okay, never mind. Maybe see that Galil ferried over to somebody else, though I don't know who you give it to bar JamYoung, and he's good with the dig too. Mercury's had a very quiet T side.
Molotov at the feet of Mercury, but he has run right through it. That's one way to heat up, I suppose, Advent, but he will be losing his teammates as well in a slightly more violent manner. Kaze's Tech 9 right next to G, and he is more than happy to land the knockout punch. JamYoung from behind, good with the Deagle, make it 2. They're completely unaware. 8-7, Cyclone steal a round away, and we're going to have to see whether they can steal the game as well after a quick break. I don't think the chaos of the last round can be summarized too shortly, but let me just put it this way. We don't know what's going to happen if that's a trend. Starting off fast in the pistol round as they head quickly into the upper bomb side. Lynn Vision looking to penetrate. Mercury is not letting them. Good first kill. Make it 2 and 3 from Musea, actually. Coming through, the Dowlems will keep a nice little hold down. 5yclone win the first in 21 seconds.
Yeah, Mercury being able to get those 3 kills, buffing up his stats. Again, had a bit of a slow T side. But you give him fights like that, he will happily thrive. Yeah, I'm still very much discombobulated with the last round of that first half. There's a lot going on, and I don't think either of these teams are feeling too comfortable about the position they currently hold. Of course, Lynn Vision having a map advantage, but only barely squeaked past on Inferno. In this force buy now as well, Starry is taking 2 nades straight to the chest, so down to 10 HP. But they have been able to cross towards Secret. It's not just Starry that's got here. He does have accompaniment by his in-game leader. Oof.
This has suddenly gotten terrifying. Advent, however, will at the very least be scaring the boogeymen away. I guess with age comes responsibility of tucking me in at night. And it's the 2-on-2. There could still be a monster in the closet.
Yeah, Mercury's looking to reinforce that position as well. They have stayed together at the very least. No ascent in the vent from westmelon, and that bomb is dropped on top of the box. So they do have to jump up to try and retrieve it, which will be very difficult with these players safeguarding it as frivolously as they have. westmelon down, and Starry's 10 HP will do him no justice in the fight against the SMG.
Yeah, he's got to hit some crazy deagle shots.
Absurdity has to happen.
Oh, no, not quite. Okay, it's gone. Labored, but yeah, with 15 seconds, Starry at this point also desires death in some ways. Mercury collecting on the 2 francs, also popping up some money. They're not happy with how many players they lost, but at the very least, Advent helps them keep things under control.
Yeah, it gets a bit concerning. Zacher finds a kill on his dig, and then the kill on lower is great. You know, it's just kind of a shame for Lynn in that instance where they get a kill on lower. The quick reaction that they wanted to pull was that, okay, we'll get down through ramp and we'll meet you guys on the B bomb site. But unfortunately, one of those paths was cut off by a big brain man. I do appreciate that both 5yclone and Lynn Vision do like to go for buys exactly like this. Like, everybody on Glocks, one has a dig, and he's the one that will be primarily hunting. But then they can cycle it out, should Zacher fail.
Cyclone, at this point, they're maybe also needing to keep in mind the reputation that they have, slightly weaker CT side and traditionally than their T side, but yeah, if you can keep these anti-equals a little bit more healthy, just start building up money, yeah, you've got a pretty good base to start from.
First gun round now for Lynn Vision. Coming to this round and they lose the pistol, the force buy, and the follow-up. Now will be a big question about whether or not they've been able to sort of repress or exercise their demons in terms of being met with aggression on the outside takes. Something that really made them uncomfortable on their T side versus the Mongols earlier on in this qualifier. There will be a concerted effort on the outside progress from Lynn to start things off. Not just regrouping, renavigating, and Starry trying to be as quiet as humanly possible on his descent away from the silo. This is exactly one of those spots.
Does the reeling protect you from like shots?
No, but because your character is crouched over to the right, your head is actually harder to hit.
He's pushing through the Molotov because of the flashbang. Zacher, however, just reads into it. Also hears the audibles, I guess. Taking down Mercury. Taking down, second kill for Zacher, and Lynn Vision are accelerating their way down to the lower bomb site. Advent is spotted, but it won't matter. He's still good for a double.
Oh.
The MP9 and the movement it provides, the mobility being put to the best use possible. Bomb still in the hands of Starry, though, as he's making his way back up. Every one of these players is so low. For Starry to get a 1 versus 3, he has to deal with literally 32 points of HP, something like that?
He just has to read it.
He might have done it. This is not... You might expect there to be only the one. No, Starry's hyper aware. JamYoung's coming in late. Starry knows it. He looks away.
Oh.
He looks away, Starry! Gets timinged in the ultimate definition of the word. Oh my days.
How is JamYoung so patient there? How is he that patient? Because that timing's ridiculous. Starry read it, but unfortunately, because of the fact he'd given up so much territory on the bomb site, he had to also be concerned about a player jumping onto that bomb. He doesn't know how close he came to pulling that off. Kind of a wild round, though. Great stuff from Advent on the SMG to have given them enough position like that. He's found them that man advantage. Kaze's up, making use of the Molotov into door. And he's going to begin his descent. Now, this is a little bit more normal to see as of late. It's kind of popularized, I think, 2019 is when I really remember a lot of teams starting to implement it. Especially over COVID. More and more teams just thought, why can't our AWPer make the journey through vents? So he'll be the one to section them off on any sort of lower progress. The only one that's there is westmelon, but they have inserted Starry into Big Garage, and ramp is completely open. So it's an invitation that Lynn will happily take.
It's not like anyone's ready to rotate in. Starry has found Mosea. JamYoung will trade, but westmelon misses a narrow window. He was spotted out. JamYoung has never been shy of taking a duel, Michael. That much I can tell you. Taking a duel is something he will continue to do. 3 kills now found, all from the same spot.
Okay, I thought that open invitation to ramp with westmelon's position was actually just going to mean that they finish on B, but they decided to fight JamYoung, and they pay the price. Advent could find a good timing as well, just them trying to re-navigate. Oh god, immediately just caught a whiff of him, so it's a bit of damage back and forth. They just got such good spots to contest with this. Zacher 1 versus 4, and JamYoung does not wait around even for the tap. A 4K from JamYoung in heaven. Had some great long-range bursts to throw down range, but like you said, happy to take fights, and he obliges each and every one of the Lynn Vision players. Greets them with open arms. That ramp invitation was signed by JamYoung.
It's kind of funny to see the scorelines on Cyclone, right? It's 11, 11, 11, 11. Yay, we're all together, and then JamYoung just their big brother behind them on 20. Also got the lowest deaths as well.
We are not the same.
Mercury looks away, but it will not matter. There is Molotovs all over the place, and I think the smoke might have mossed him. I mean, I'm being generous right there, though. One will be planted, so you know what? Small victories, but small victories are not much when you're losing the war around you. Hey, my fruit tree is still up. Great, your house is down, though.
Yeah, G didn't quite get the memo. He does know that there's a rifle in the T side vent, so... Wait. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I thought he was just completely overseeing, or just completely neglecting it, but does get his hands on an AK. Wasn't really his fault that that round didn't work out. Wasn't really the plan to win it.
I think they might want to start planning to win some rounds, Michael.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely on the cards here and now. It has to happen here and now. Otherwise, CycLone are kind of forecast to a 15th, and they'll be in commanding spot. Wow, G tanked so much damage from that nade just to get that opening pick. Kaze caught as that nade blew open the doors.
Absolutely necessary, though. You know, G's going to have so few avenues of trying to go for aggression unless he wants to use hard scope into ramp or something like it. Now the outside smokes will be coming through. They'll keep Mosea occupying for a while longer, but JamYoung is still the big old raid boss that you have to move past. A ramp hit will be planned out. JamYoung will not even be contesting. Mosea drops down under. They've got a Molotov to the back of the ramp room. But there's 3 players down below. So the CTs have stacked correctly. Mosea's only real priority over here is making sure that they can't try and ramp around, go back to mini, anything like it. Smoke down. Is there a gap that JamYoung can work off of? We're not going to know for a while longer, but if there's kills on the scoreboard, you know it's going to be him. No, you're right. Starry as well, looking for the late activation. This is going to be big. Advent down. Still 30 seconds on the clock, and a refresh smoke means that this is going to be a much more comfortable plant. There's no one here to deny it. westmelon also finding JamYoung, and it's all looking like perfection. CycLone not ready to take any of the initial duels, and they will be punished for it here.
Yeah, it's an instant call to save, really. Mercury's been doing a good job of finding kills, and Mosea actually getting one onto G will at least allow him that AWP. Drop that over to Kaze. But this time, that ramp invitation, they accept. They actually collapse on that B-bomb site. And even though CycLone had those 3 members there, like you said, they just weren't ready for each of those duels. Advent gets kind of caught looking the wrong direction. And good utility usage from Lynn as well to mitigate the effectiveness of JamYoung's position. So there's that plan and put into place. That is the first round for Lynn Vision in this half. It's so key that CycLone haven't been able to continue to build on that lead. Maybe Lynn have found some kind of a solution. Still so much money to contest on the CycLone side, though. Will be buys on buys. None of these rounds going to be easier than the last.
I appreciate the shift up of Kaze being here with the AWP, because I was thinking, yeah, JamYoung can probably dominate somewhere else with a rifle. No, he wants to AWP as well. Let's not forget.
Yeah, it's maybe a little confusing, I won't lie.
Doesn't Mosea normally AWP secondary? Am I just thinking, am I just wrong?
I just don't think they don't really double up that much.
Yeah. Well, let's see whether it actually assists in any way. The defense could work despite it as well. Outside smokes means that JamYoung's AWP is going to be pretty much useless in this spot at the very least. We'll have a chance to get a quick pick on anyone crossing, but doesn't want to engage too far in. Flashbang overhead just to delay for a while longer. There's a lot of chaos, and Mosea's activated in straight through garage. Wants to go for another fight. Will get 2. Beautiful frags, but Zachary and Starry to respond all too quickly. JamYoung finally reveals that secondary AWP, but now they might know there's a double available. Kaze and JamYoung both the only ones left alive, and for them to retake into this B-bomb site is nigh impossible.
Bomb just freshly down. And JamYoung does switch out to that M4, but Kaze and him are separated. Holding in at the vents is Starry. Doesn't consider it. It's a late progress in from JamYoung, and he gets the better of him. Now an Amelia 1 versus 2 called into order. A plant that's Very, very conducive to the double doors, but now committing to a wrap to decon. That door is open enough, and so Emilia might be able to cap it. Oh no, it's actually shut. And so has to give away the sound cue. Kaze can adjust, and JamYoung has the kit, so no problems committing to this one. A 14th round found here by the 5yclone retake on B.
I can't believe Starry throws away his life like that. You can't go back into vents.
Yeah, I just, it felt so odd as well that JamYoung even found that kill. And I know the ladder accuracy and inaccuracy on the A1S is very good, but felt like Starry should have had the edge in that duel.
Down. He was firmly down on the ground by that time. Oh no. Full cross, no damage dealt. Mosea's attempts are for naught. I think the damage up to Starry was by the nade earlier on. Emilia spots out a gun barrel. That's a freebie.
This actually makes it very difficult now for 5yclone. Nobody can make it their way down those vents safely. They all have to converge through ramp, but they do suss out Zacher on his lurk towards outside. Try to rendezvous and link up with the rest of the squad on the B side attempt. Thing is, they've actually not taken much territory on lower, and so JamYoung just has a gap around that smoke, and he farms them up. 15 here for 5yclone on their map pick. They might have lost 16-14 on Inferno, but they're hoping to build a nice little castle before throwing us into an overpass.
JamYoung is made of something different. That's all I can say about him. And if he's taking this form into overpass, we know he loves that map as it is. This is going to be a nightmare for Lynn.
Oh god. It's just a full-on spam. They tried to get themselves into vent, and Mosea has lapped them up. Emilia, a trade kill, but it's all too late. A 1-on-4 now for him to deliver, and he gets shot right in the side. Right when you need it, you get multi-kills from some of your stars, but JamYoung, the consistent factor on Nuke.
Every round where he's given an opportunity to activate, he gets a multi. That is absurd. Considering the fact that he's not playing an anchor spot, considering the fact that he's on ramp, and very often whenever they're...